feel like everything was explained, and I understood it, and I felt comfortable with it, and my computer ran wonderfully, just as they promised. So.
If I could tell the public one thing about Computer Problem Busters, it would probably be that I didn't receive any pressure to do anything, and I really appreciate that. So there was no high pressure.
Why do you like this shop compared to some other shop that you've been to for fixing your computer?
Well, I thought I knew a little bit about computers.
Okay.
So I have gone, and when computers act up, and they do that, that's just the nature of the things. I had thought that I could fix some things, but now I've got gray hair. I don't see so good. And I gotta tell you, if you invest that much money in a computer and you need it for your emails and getting on the internet and paying bills and stuff like that, it just does not make any sense to me not to pay somebody that's a professional to take care of your investment. Do the maintenance.
I think trust is very important because it's basically a blind item. I don't know. When they say this is what we recommend, if I don't trust the person, it's like I'm thinking, well, are they trying to sell me something, or, is it, it's, so I do have trust issues, but with them I don't.
I had previously taken my computer to 2 other places and continued to experience the same problems, and they kept getting worse. And neither of the other stores were able to find the actual problem until I came here.
If the need arises again, if I ever have another computer problem, of course, I'm going to call Computer Problem Busters. They've been there for me now 3 times, and I hope I don't have to use them, but if you do have a problem, if I do have a problem, it's a pretty painless experience. I mean, they make it pretty easy on us.
To me, the most important thing about a computer repair shop is getting the job done right on the first try and getting it done pretty quickly.
They did a good job. They got my daughter's laptop back up and running in a minimal amount of time, and I was very pleased with their work.
I own a brand new Dell computer. That's Microsoft. Then I decided I wanted an iPhone. They don't like one another. And Computer Problem Busters is the number 3 door that I walked into to get this fixed. All I want is calendar, contacts, and email. That's it. 3 little things. And it took until I came to Computer Busters to find my way to syncing those 2 devices. Neither one of the first 2 could do it.
It's as important to me as choosing my bank. If I must trust my bank, and I must trust the person who comes over to my house and tells me that it will be such and such a cost to get it fixed, that it will last, and with my experience of you helping me, everything you do has lasted.
They are extremely fast, and I dropped off my laptop this morning and I got it by evening, everything good, ready to go. I couldn't have asked for anything better.
The most important thing to me on my computer is 1, probably my collection of music, 2, pictures of my kids. I actually lost both of those, and Computer Problem Busters was able to save them for me.
I feel as if their rates are fair and they're competitive. I get a feeling that they value me as a customer, and they wish for a relationship, and that they care about my computer.
The speed with which my computer was fixed was awesome. Brought it in, they were able to go through, find out what needed to be done for it, and voila, got my computer.
I use my computer for storing photographs, for doing a lot of spreadsheets, Word documents, Quicken, all the personal finances, TurboTax at tax time.
The most important thing on my computer is my data.
In this most recent time, I'm visiting with Computer Problem Busters is because in our offices, we're removing all of our current IT equipment and software and replacing it with new. And it was a really big job, and it happened really quickly. Basically, the company that we were using was no longer going to be a company anymore, and they were removing everything that we use. So our business would have been crippled if it wasn't for Computer Problem Busters. I called them up one day, and within 1 week, in 2 locations, they had everything fixed up and running.
I believe I would describe it like having your grandson come over and work with you and be as friendly and as acceptable. When I say acceptable, I mean when I was in school, computers weren't even a thing to think about. So I don't know as much as my children, my grandchildren, but the way that you came over and made me feel at ease and made me feel like I could ask you any question about my computer and you would answer it so that I would understand.
He had been on TV and had been validated by one of the news stations. So I decided to make a phone call. Eitan came to the phone, and over the phone I interviewed him because I wasn't going to take my computer to him until I felt very confident that I had someone that really knew what he was talking about. It helped a lot for the fact that he obviously works on many types of computers and all sizes, and he owns an iPhone. He also told me something, and that's what really built the trust. He said, if you come to me, and I really do want you to, I promise you won't leave until I've got your problem solved.
The most important thing is that they know their stuff. They don't waste your time. I don't know about computers. That's why I hire somebody in that does know. So you want somebody that knows what they're doing. If I knew what I was doing, I wouldn't hire them. But I don't, and they do.
They were explained to me very clearly, and then I asked what my options were. And I actually only had 2 options, and so we discussed both of those at length. And it seemed that my best option was to have the hard drive repaired or actually replaced in the computer.
I did use a little computer shop. It was a mom and pop place in St. Petersburg. My brother referred them to me, and they closed finally, so I couldn't go to them anymore. Then I went to the Geek Squad, and that's kind of an exercise in futility because they want to tell you what they're going to do and not what you need. And if there's anything worse than somebody telling you what they're going to do and not listening to what you need, I don't know what it is. So no more Geek Squad for me. I'm coming here.
Do you feel that Computer Problem Busters actually explained the situation, explained all of our options, and gave us a choice in what course of action to take with them?
I really do, because first we came in and when we didn't really have a problem yet, but we're anticipating buying a new computer, they gave us suggestions and said that they could cover things. And then when we did bring our computers in, they told us what they could do and how much it would cost for the different options of how much they would transfer from one computer to the other. And I like that service too.
I do too.
They seemed very courteous. They took time to explain to me the different things I can do on the computer. And they told me if I have any problem, just give them a call and they'll try to help me over the phone if they could.
I came to know about Computer Problem Busters about 10 years ago, and since I have known about Computer Problem Busters, I have never been to any other computer repair store.
From time to time, my computer does have to go into the shop, and I get same day or next day service, which is appreciated. Occasionally, there has to be an on-site visit, and they are on time, and it's resolved before they leave.
The most important thing about a computer repair shop is honesty, the fact that they can get the job done. You know, I understand it's going to be expensive, but I came here and it wasn't as expensive as I thought it was going to be.
To me, the most important thing about a computer repair shop would be that the employees are knowledgeable and kind and willing to really help you out.
The most important thing about a computer repair shop is that you know, or you have that feeling that you can trust that person. Because I know nothing about computers, so I want to make sure that I trust them and know that they're going to go in for and do whatever is necessary for my benefit.
I would come back to Computer Problem Busters because they get the problem fixed.
Everything was up front. They told me what they charged, how they did it, and they came through just like they said.
I came across Computer Problem Busters a couple of years ago. I had a virus on one of our, actually on all of our work computers. So we had viruses on all of our machines and they would not work. And Computer Problem Busters fixed our machines a couple of years ago, and they did it fast, and they definitely did a great job with it.
I had a bad experience with another computer company. He said my computer needed replacing, and so I followed through with what he said, got another computer, and he did several other things. So when I called him, he was always too busy to come to the phone. So desperately, I had made a friend with an employee of Dell who told me to come here to talk to people, talk to the owners, I believe, who really fixed my desktop permanently, and I would recommend them to anybody.
You were here on time. You answered my questions. You knew where I was going with my questions, which really helped. And I felt we had very good communication back and forth. Every question was answered and every issue was addressed. So I'm here to thank you.
I've had a lot of experience. I've been in business for 30 years, had a lot of computer companies through the years. And a lot of guys are nice, but they don't know what they're doing. But these guys get in there and they fix the problem, and it's man, I really can highly recommend them. The next time I have a computer question or problem or challenge, is I'll call Computer Problem Busters. It sounds like a commercial, but it's the truth.
I remember hearing the big box stores advertising, doing diagnostics and telling you if your computer's working right, and then some that had people at the store that would actually repair them, or at least let you know if they needed to be repaired or replaced. And but I was a little leery of going to them because that's at the stores, that's not the only thing that they do. And then I had noticed Computer Problem Busters, and they were an individual shop where I knew that that's all that they do. So I figured that I'd rather go somewhere where I was sure that people would have the expertise needed to really assess my situation and help me determine what I needed to do next.
I was very comfortable with the way that everything was explained to me, and I'm very much a novice in this, and I felt like I was in capable hands, and I trusted that everything would be done to my needs.
Why do we always go to Computer Problem Busters?
Because they're always efficient, the people are friendly, they have integrity, and we know that the problem will be fixed.
And the problem is fixed.
The most important thing in my computer is my data, my work, my information, everything.
Whenever I ask them what's wrong, I get it in plain language, and I understand what the alternatives are and the cost ramifications of that, and I'm able to make a decision rather quickly. I feel as if they're honest. They're selling me what I need to have sold, and they're repairing what needs to be repaired.
I would recommend Computer Problem Busters to anybody, primarily because I took a problem to another company that said they did the same thing, and they couldn't fix my problem. I took it here, and they got it fixed right away.
My computer was fixed very quickly. I brought it in on Friday, I think just an hour and a half before the store was about to close, and it was done Monday night, so it was very quick.
Computer Problem Busters helped me by upgrading my computer speed, which is what I really, really needed, and helped me with some different files that I couldn't open up, and just made sure that it was in working order. So that's what I needed, and it was accomplished.
My computer was dead and wouldn't boot, and they've got me back and working like it should.
Most important thing about Computer Problem Busters, or any computer service-oriented shop that I was looking for, was obviously being able to trust them. Because me, I don't know a whole lot about computers, and I don't really want to know. That's not my field of expertise, but I wanted to be able to rely on someone, have them talk to me in plain English about what the problem was and what needed to be fixed. And you want to be able to trust them. You want to have confidence that everything that they're telling you is exact and is true, and that's been my experience. And this is the third time in doing projects with Computer Problem Busters. So they do a great job, and I'm very pleased.
I don't expect to have any more problems because I believe my computers have been well fixed. But if I should, I wouldn't hesitate to pick up the phone and call Computer Problem Busters.
The most important thing about walking into a computer shop is being able to walk out with complete success, and that's where I'm at.
When they say this is what we recommend, I know it's pretty much going to be, what I really do need, and that the pricing is fair.
I feel that Computer Problem Busters communicated very clearly to me what the problem was with my computer, and provided me with my options and what the approximate cost would be, and so I clearly had the information that I needed in order to make a decision.
I felt like I was in the hands of experts and I wasn't being patronized. Others have done that and they will remain nameless, but I really felt like I was being listened to and understood.
If you could tell the public one thing about Computer Problem Busters that you think they should know, what would that be?
I think the big thing that the public is looking for nowadays is integrity and honesty. And I gotta tell you that we have had issues with our computer in 2009, and they did a great job in restoring. They had to format the hard drive and everything, but we got another 2 or 3 years out of it, and that's fine for an older computer. And now they've transferred all of our files from the old computer to the new computer. How about you?
And I like the fact that it's a small shop, and when you walk in, whoever you talk to is friendly and takes the time to help you with whatever it is you need to know.
Yes, the gal even pulled up the chair and said, "Okay, let's talk about your list of things you need to move."
And
I thought
everyone
that
that
was
we,
very personal.
everyone we talked to was like that.
Yes.
The most important thing on my computer is my email. In our day and age, that's one of the methods that we communicate with, and an efficient method.
Computer Problem Busters fixed my computer sooner than I thought they would. I pretty much sent it here on a Monday and I got it back the next day.
I felt that the pricing was very fair, especially for the service rendered.
I have been to other computer stores, and I haven't been very happy with them because a lot of times they didn't know what was going on with my computer, and so I discovered Computer Problem Busters, and they're awesome.
Absolutely, the employees were extremely courteous on the phone as well as in person. Absolutely no problem with that.